Hi everyone, Eric here with a review on the StreetHawk by Hot Wheels. This is a flying car with fold-out wings that you can activate through the control. I'll go ahead and show you a flight review and also a driving review on the ground to show how this thing performs. Now this is the improved version on their original. This is the StreetHawk, and this thing flew really well. I really liked how simple it was, just the two-channel control. And you really just had the two motors right here, which you could control the throttle, and then also it had the varying power. You could vary the power between the left and the right, and that's how this thing flew. And this is pretty much the same way, except for the wings will fold out. We'll do a quick unboxing, and then we'll get into the flight review. If you guys just want to skip forward to the flight review, you can go to that time right there. If you do like this one, I included a link in the description down below where you can pick one up. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. So with this one, the steering is all done through the thrust. So you're going to power up the motors, either the left or the right, and that's going to turn the car. The wheels actually don't turn. So it's not going to be as controllable as like a regular RC car. It is a 2.4 gigahertz remote, so you can fly more than one of these at a time, and your range is supposed to be up to 200 feet, which is pretty good. I never really had any problems with the StreetHawk range. The range was really good on this one, so I'm assuming it's going to be great on this one as well. You do have a rechargeable LiPo battery. It is a 450 milliamp hour, which is pretty good size. They advertise that about 5 to 7 minutes. On the remote, you do have this switch, which will fold out your wings. I'll show you how that's done. And then you have your steering trim right here. So quite a bit bigger than the StreetHawk. There it is right there. And then there's the StreetHawk. So a lot longer. A lot more moving parts, so I really hope this thing is not as breakable. But the good thing is this foam is just so durable. It's very bendable, and if you ever do crack this foam, which I have, you just put packaging tape on it and it flies just as good. All right, so there is your car. And then in here is you have your charging port and your remote. So it does look like you will be able to charge through the controller by plugging it into USB. So you don't always have to use your batteries to charge this thing. And then you have your manual. So it comes with 2 left blades and 2 right blades. So you get a total of 4 extra blades. So your transmitter is going to take 6 AA batteries. And then if you want to charge through a USB, what you do is you pop open this top hatch right here, and then there's a 5-volt plug right in there. So you just take this, plug it in, and then plug it into a powered USB source, and then you can go ahead and take this cord and then plug it into the bottom of your car, and then it's going to charge through there. To fold out the wings, you have car mode and you have airplane mode down here. You just switch it over and the wings pop out, and you don't have to manually put them back in. You can actually just switch it back to car mode, and they fold back up. And they're pretty quick, and you know, the wings feel really solid on this thing. I don't really think you'll have a problem with the wings breaking. So flying this thing, really basic controls. You just have your throttle, which is going to move it forward, and then if you want to turn, you just have your differential thrust, which is going to power up one motor or the other, depending on which way you turn it. And then a really nice upgrade that they did on this too is they put some thick tape on the wingtips, both on the bottom and on the top. And so that's going to really help with scuff marks. So if you guys do come in for a landing and the wing kind of drags on the asphalt, that tape's going to do a really good job protecting the foam. And they also put it up front. And then you have some tape that wraps around the nose. That's going to help keep the foam from chipping away. Okay, let's take this thing up in the air and see how it handles.
The StreetHawk's flight performance wasn't as good as I was expecting. I think the original Hot Wheels StreetHawk flew much better and has fewer parts, making it more durable and lighter. I think a first-time flyer would have a tough time getting the StreetHawk to fly for very long. Both have a trim tab on the rear fin to adjust the pitch up or down. It's important to fly a couple short flights to adjust the trim before taking your StreetHawk up too high. The StreetHawk's folding wings will allow it to drive pretty quickly on land. Steering is done by changing the power to the left or the right motors and not by turning the wheels, so turns are wide and not easy to control. You'll need plenty of space to fly because turns in the air are wide, and if you turn too tight, the SkyShock will roll over and nosedive. If you do like the idea of a flying car, then I would recommend checking out my review on the Cyma X9 Fly Car. The Fly Car can steer on the ground and actually has powered wheels, which give it excellent driving performance. The main difference is the Fly Car turns into a quadcopter in the air. I'll link to that review in the description down below. It's very easy to fly and it's very easy to drive on the ground. Overall, the SkyShock does fly, but don't be fooled by its simple controls. It's a challenging plane to fly. But with some patience and a very large open space, it is possible to get this thing airborne.
Right above that side. Come on, come back. All right, and that's my review on the SkyShock flying car. If you guys did find the video helpful, I always appreciate those thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with my future reviews. Thanks so much for watching.